Hello, my name is David Smith. I work at an office at night. I remembered my childhood when I was watching a popular show from Filmbilder. The show was called Tom. It was a simple show where Tom liked a slice of bread with strawberry jam and honey. But everything changed. It started after I had a day off from work. I went to my room and decided to watch videos. I looked for the Filmbilder channel and saw a new video. The video was titled Tom's Revenge. The thumbnail looked disturbing. The thumbnail had a picture of Tom holding a knife behind his back with Minnie and Mona standing next to their own tree. I was confused by this, and then I clicked on the video. The video started playing. The video began with a normal intro while it cuts to Tom's upper body on the screen with the narrator normally saying,
One day, Tom was thinking about how much he'd like a slice of bread with strawberry jam and honey. He went out for a walk, but he just couldn't stop thinking about that slice of bread with strawberry jam and honey.
There was happy music playing while Tom was walking with the thought bubble above his head, with his favorite food. But then the music stopped playing while it cuts to the two bad gothic girls who were sitting on the branches of their tree. They were my least favorite characters. Minnie presses a button while a telescope appears in front of her. She puts her eye into the lens and said,
Here we go again.
Mona lets out her hoarse sound from her mouth while Minnie begins to say the rest from the narrator. She said,
He meets his old friend the miller.
And then Mona guesses the next line from the narrator and said,
Let me guess, they say hello.
And then the girls begin to take turns saying the rest of the line. They said,
He asks the miller for a slice of bread with strawberry jam and honey.
But the miller doesn't have one.
They say goodbye.
And he goes on his way.
The girls both say the final line from the narrator. They both say,
Always the same. Totally silly.
Totally silly.
And Minnie saw Tom walking towards them while it cuts to the full body of the tree. While Tom was walking next to the tree, Tom stops walking while he greets them with his happy voice, and he begins to ask them. He asked,
Hello you two, do you have a slice?
But he was interrupted with Minnie letting out a sigh while she lies next to Tom. While she tells Tom that she didn't have the slice of bread with strawberry jam and honey. The scene looked familiar. The video looked similar to the other episode where Tom was bullied for being silly and different, but the episode had different voice lines, and the girls sung their terrible song until Tom finally bent down like a sad flower and went inside a tree hole and sat there. The little poor girl slides from the tree and saw Tom inside the tree hole and asked,
Hey Tom, is anything the matter?
And Tom replied,
Nothing's the matter, I'm just silly.
The poor little girl smiles and says,
Silly? What do you think that, Tom?
Tom once again replied in a depressing manner. He said,
It's obvious, slices of bread with strawberry jam and honey is silly, that my long blue shirt is silly, my hair and my space. My baked bean buns are silly, just like me silly.
But at the end of his voice line, something happened. Instead of the poor little girl talking to him, Tom said something different. He said this,
Just go away, I'm just fine, sitting in this log all by myself.
A thought bubble appeared outside of the hole while a loud static interrupted the video. The screen cuts to black and it cuts a horrific image of Tom holding a shotgun while he was being covered in blood. This scared me so much. After that, the screen cuts to static and jump cuts to Tom getting out of the tree hole while he slowly walks to his mother's house and grabbed a kitchen knife from the table. Tom hides the knife in his pocket while he walks off screen, and it cuts to the disturbing part. It cuts to Tom walking to the two girls who bullied him while they turned around and saw Tom. But Tom was smiling. He tells the two girls to get closer to him as they walked closer and looked at him. All of a sudden, Tom pulls out the knife that he grabbed from the kitchen and grabbed Minnie by the neck. While his eyes dilated and turned red as he threatened Minnie while holding the knife, Tom says in a threatening voice and said,
Any last words?
Minnie tries to speak but couldn't because her vocals were blocked. And Tom begins to stab Minnie in the head while blood gushes out of her head. I almost puked, and Tom roughly puts Minnie on the ground while blood was flowing on the ground. Tom looks at Mona while she was terrified that her sister was killed. Tom glares at Mona while still holding the knife in hand. Tom talks to Mona in a disturbing manner and said this,
You will pay to what you said about me.
And Tom walked away leaving Minnie's corpse on the ground while Mona had tears in her eyes. Mona cries silently in grief while the screen cuts to black for over 3 minutes. But here is the sad part. It cuts to Mona being depressed while she was tying a rope on the tree and hopped on the step stool. And Mona ties the rope on her neck and said her last words before unaliving herself. Her last words were,
I am coming for you, Minnie.
Mona kicks the step stool below her while she was hanging from the ground. After that, the screen cuts to the outro while Mona was still hanging from the rope unresponsive. The credits pop up while Tom was smiling in the corner of the screen. The screen cuts to black while a gunshot scared the heck out of me. And the video ended. I was terrified by this that I checked the description of the video. While it said only one sentence, it said we are thinking about nothing at all. After for a short while, the video was removed while a community post was posted. It said,
"Hello to all viewers who watched the video. We are so sorry that you had to see this, and your favorite characters get demolished by our lovely Tom. This was a scrapped version of Tom is Silly that we decided to post it online, but it resulted in negative response. We had to take down the video due to its mature content. I hope this message makes your day better. Thank you and have a wonderful day."
When I saw this message, I felt trauma going through my body and I was scarred for life. And I never saw the Tom show the same ever again.